This is Don Durrett. I'm at the Metals Investor Forum. It's February 28th in Toronto, and I'm talking to Glenn Jessome, the CEO of Silver Tigre, one of my favorite companies. And you're putting this company in. You got your permit. You're putting it into production. Now, tell us what you're going to do this year and next year.
Well, Don, I'm so glad I get to see you. I've just made it in from Miami at the BMO conference, and I pushed hard to get here and to see you. So thank you for having a conversation about El Tigre. Look, it's been a whirlwind. Let's look at the last year. Things have really picked up. You have to have fuel to fuel these projects. I mean, 4 bought deals in 10 months. All long-only precious metals institutions, some of the biggest funds in the world, raised 150 mil. Just finished one a little bit ago, and I love it. Almost 100 million USD in the bank. That's a lot of fuel to drive a long way. Why? Look, we got in November the first approval from the Mexican government to build our surface mine since 2019. So very exciting. And we'll talk a bit about that one. And came out shortly thereafter with the PEA for that long life underground. And, we talk about this all the time. El Tigre is 25 kilometers of trend. This is all in 2 or 3 kilometers, hundreds of million silver equivalent ounces. All the approvals you need to build a beautiful surface mine, heap leach, which is so low capex, so profitable, and then transition quickly to the underground, which we can do at the same time.
Right. We're in a bull market now. I think this bull market is going to have legs. I think it's going to last, when you get into production, I think, the gold and silver prices are going to be higher than they are today. And so your free cash flow right out the gate is going to be enormous, which is going to allow you to drill as aggressively as you want to drill.
That's a great thought process on that, Don. And, for us, looking at this group out of Halifax, I've been blessed to be part of for the last 20 years. They've been there 30 years, building some of the largest silver mines in Mexico through that period, serially. And what the motto is low capex, highly profitable, drive IRR, drive NBV. And that's exactly what El Tigre is. I love talking to you because you always tell me that, oh boy, the price is going here. Some of those times you told me, I didn't believe you. And I'm sorry, I'm going to lay it right on the line right now, because the simple reason is this group goes all the way back to mining silver at $8 and gold at $250. We can never let ourselves get to where we are right now. But I agree. The group, as we sit and talk, we never thought we'd ever get to 2000. We said, oh my goodness, it would be a Christmas every day. But now that we are where we are, think there's been a fundamental change. I don't know if it's geopolitical, China, US. There's a million reasons. We don't have time in a few minutes to talk about it, but we absolutely believe that there's been a fundamental change and that we're going to be mining silver and gold at prices like this
for a while
on either side.
For a while.
For a long time, maybe for the rest of my career. And that's really that's changed for us a little bit. And you would have been twisting my arm to get that out of me 2 years ago.
Right. All right. Underground mine is probably going to be organic. If it's not organic, you won't have to dilute. You'll be able to borrow, because it'll be your first mine's like less than a 1 year payback.
Oh yeah.
And so the second one's going to be similar. So there's
the one's like at these prices is 6 months.
Right. So you should be done diluted.
So here's let me fill you in on that. So we call it, it's rounding up, 100 million US in the bank. Call the capex for the surface mine around 100. Okay, let's just round numbers here. That one's ready to go. We'll have that built in 20 months. And I'm not going to talk. I know where some of the people think the numbers are. Let's just talk about numbers today. What's real? So if I have the numbers in my head, if we just look at the prices today, that surface mine generates $1 billion NPV. These are US dollars, real money, real American money, not this Canadian stuff. Right. An IRR of 100%.
100 million.
And it makes, over the 9 years, which is, remember, only 60% of the ore.
Right.
We optimize. We'll push back. We'll get another 4, 5, 6 years out of this. But let's look at 9 years. Over that 9 years, it makes 160 million USD net cash flow after tax a year.
Exactly.
So that's just the surface mine.
Right, exactly. This is the reason why I'm so excited about your exploration potential.
Yep.
Because you're going to have all this money in the bank. It's like, what the heck are we going to do with it? We're going to okay, well, we'll have to buy back our shares.
No, we're going to go big and we're going to drill. I want to have 10, I want 10 drill rigs. We'll come to the north and south, but let's just look at the money. We didn't get all the money. So the PEA just came out for the underground. 15-year mine.
You can't.
15-year mine. Wait.
The free cash flow you're going to get.
I want you to see it all. We've put the plan together so we can do both at the same time. We'll really start the surface mine and get that well on the go. Right. Call that 20. The underground will be another 18, but I can start that anytime I want. So let's just think 20 for the surface mine. And then you got another 10 months. So 30 months. Let's say in 30 months, the underground at today's prices, 1.2 billion NPV, 15-year mine life, makes a paltry 120 million USD after-tax net cash flow and an IRR of 160%. Now, hold them together. Think about that. We're not allowed to, but let's just put the numbers together. Yes. 160 and 120. Right. That's 280 million USD net cash flow a year.
You can't drill them.
No.
So you cannot drill that much.
Look, here's what you're. Look, you don't get me over too many
in cash.
Don't get me over too many hills. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna make a lot of cash. We do think that to the north, this is a couple of kilometers, 25. There's another mine there that was just like the Tigre. That could be another one. And there's 3 to the south we think we could get back.
I always tell CEOs this, and I'm going to tell it to you. The way that you generate returns for shareholders is through a clean balance sheet. So basically, no debt.
No debt. That's us today.
About $500 million in cash. Maybe more, maybe $1 billion, 500 $1 billion, but a lot of
after in production, you're making money.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. You're loaded with cash, right? There. At that point, all the free cash flow that comes back, you're basically buy back shares, dividends, drill. But as long as once you get your cash balance at a certain level, say your size probably 500 million. Once you get it to that level, you just freeze it there. You don't need $1 billion in cash. I want so all that cash that comes in,
dividend the money out.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to keep driving the next 23 years. But the other thing is, look,
the cash that comes in.
I'm not that old yet. And when we get to that point, do we look then and saying another asset? I don't know. If we're pretty good at finding assets in Mexico that turn into mines, and that's your alpha return. So that's a few hills down the road. Get that surface mine in production, get that underground in production, and then I got a lot of problems that I'm so happy to deal with.
I like to be visionary.
I know you do, and I love that about you.
I see, as far as I'm concerned, the open pit and the underground mine and the drilling, that's a done deal. That's already done.
It's all done. All you have to do is almost more than half the money in the bank to do it. I could get debt any day I want to take.
Just getting up in the morning doing your job.
Yes, sir.
Right. So I want to think in terms of what's next. What are the opportunities? Right. I should turn this off.
If that's your wife, answer
it. So I'm kind of looking down the road. What's going to happen to this company, and I'm seeing you're going to be generating a lot of cash, and you're going to be drilling. You're going to be expanding. Yes. You're going to be growing the company.
Yes.
And you're going to be buying back shares. And at a certain point, I said this earlier today, I said that Glenn's not going to be satisfied. It's not his character.
Not in my deal.
It's like at a certain point, he's like, okay, we pretty much, okay, now I've drilled out here. I got a third mine. Okay, that one's good. I'm going to do this. Okay, now what's next kind of thing. And so, I mean, you kind of have that Capricorn blood inside you. It's like, I want to grow. I want growth. I want to just keep climbing the mountain. And so, yeah. And you were telling me earlier, you get these calls, these opportunities. People are going to call you and go, hey, Glenn, you're the guy in Mexico. I got this project over here. Do you want it?
Our groups,
you get calls all the time.
Our group's been doing that serially, and a track record of only taking a project that, and it's unbelievable when you know how hard it is. Right. Almost every project this group has taken has either been a mine or some major came and took it before we got to build it. Every time. Incredible.
The people that are the most successful are the people that are ambitious, if you will. They don't give up easy. They see opportunity. They kind of have to do it. It's like, okay, there it is. There aren't a lot of CEOs that are built that way. It's not in their DNA. Mm-hmm. They're like, okay, this is my project. Okay, I'm going to build it. They're not.
So here's how I look. I look at where I create shareholder value, and I take creating shareholder value for my shareholders very seriously. We have done everything we've said. When I took this project in 2017, we're going to build that surface mine, and we're then going to build a great underground, and then we're going to build out a district. And I look at it in market cap. I think it's very important. Billion, billion, billion. All right. We're on the other side of 500 going for our first billion Canadian. And then I'm not going to be satisfied. What do I do to drive greater value? And I think, and most people say, oh, you buy another project. There is so much value at El Tigre.
Right.
We have 2 or 3 kilometers of 25. It's all almost the same. Wait till we get the drills turning on that north and south. It's going to be exciting.
I'm going to sell most of my gold and silver miners as this bull market matures and gets frothy.
Well, you should.
Most of them, but I'm not going to sell yours.
Thank you.
If you're
What a compliment. What a compliment.
if you're sticking around,
I'm not going anywhere.
and you're going to try to build this company, I'm holding
The Silver Tigre is my baby.
exactly. So appreciate it.
Really, Don, thank you. And thank you for your belief. And, it was a hard journey getting here. And there was doubters and hard times. And you know what? Now we're here. And a guy like you believed. I remember you came in. It was at Beaver Creek.
Absolutely.
And you believed the first day. And that's a long time ago. Thank you.
Absolutely. First time I met you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it wasn't just me, Larry.
Larry was with
We
me. Yeah.
walked out of that door together.
Larry Lepper.
We looked at each other. Yeah, right.
You've done well.
We were right.
Yeah.
You were absolutely right.
Absolutely.
The thing is amazing is I remember talking to a guy there, and we mentioned you see Silver Tigre, and he didn't like the story. Well, then Larry, poor guy, didn't get it.
There you go. Yeah, not every squirrel gets a nut every day. There you go.